Hey there, and welcome aboard Nautical Nolands. We're Dane and Tonya Noland, and we're turning our dream of life on the water into a reality. One project, one sail, and one salty adventure at a time. We're renovating our 1982 sailboat from the inside out. DIY upgrades, real-life lessons, and honest takes on the highs and lows of boat life. And we're exploring the Pacific Northwest, discovering the wild beauty, calm moments, and endless freedom that life on the water brings. So if you're into sailing, boat projects, or just love a side of good adventure, subscribe and join us for the ride. This is Nautical Nolands. Every sailboat has a story. Some are passed down through generations, pristine, polished, well-worn in the best ways. But others, like Juniper, well, they're waiting for someone to give them a good deep cleaning. Replace some windows, maybe even an engine, or even put a fresh coat of paint to bring them back to life. In our case, we've done all of that and more. But this video takes us back to the first big interior project that we tackled on Juniper, back when she was stuck in the marina without a working engine. We told ourselves, let's be honest, who knows when she'd be sitting still for this long again? So we figured, why not take advantage of this rare dockside downtime and give her an interior makeover? It sounded like a great plan, but I'll be honest, there were plenty of times between prepping, taping, and painting when Dane and I'd look at each other and think, why did we start this huge project? This is part one of our DIY video series that captures the behind-the-scenes story of how we turned our beige 1980s sailboat interior into something entirely our own. No fancy contractors, no yacht yard, just us, our tool bags, foam rollers, lots of blue tape, and a level of optimism that Juniper would one day be refreshed and ready to sail again. After all, painting a boat isn't just about aesthetics. It's about reclaiming a space and making it your own. Welcome to my neck of the woods, the taping project in our cabin. As you can see, there are lots of angles to tape, and we've done all of the ceiling and the main paint. Now we're on to trim work. So it is time to tape up all of the little trim areas, the smaller lines that we're going to be painting up last. So I have gotten really, really good, as you can see, at taping. Look at this. I'm so proud. I am great at taping these angles that are round. There is not a 90-degree angle to be found in a boat. So very, very interesting taping up something like this. And I'm a pro, what can I say? Meanwhile, Dane has been busy taping up the mid to aft part of the boat, all of the lovely 80s beige trim. As you can see, all of the ceiling has been painted. So different from taping up houses, bedrooms, anything you would normally tape in your home. Taping a boat, again, is a whole different beast. So everything here, I'm not done here, you can see is going to be taped to complete the beige. And then we're going to take isopropyl alcohol wipes, because as you can see, there's just, years of smudges. And before we prime it with our Rust-Oleum, which is an amazing primer, it goes on so thick, we want to make sure that we get any grease and areas that could potentially bubble up and not fully prime it clean before we put the primer on. And like I said, that Rust-Oleum boat primer, for anyone who is curious, where are you? Here it is. This is amazing. This is what we use. It is amazing. Premium latex primer, Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch. I cannot, we did a lot of research for anyone who did paint the insides of their boats. and here's what they used. It is amazing. It goes on so thick. And for the paint we've been using Valspar wood and concrete deck, porch, floor, patio paint in a gloss finish. What we used for the ceiling was this kind of nice white color, and for our trim, it's gonna be kind of this like bluish gray. It has like a fog blue color name, so going with kind of that nautical theme, clean, warmish white with a foggy blue gray for the trim. I think it's gonna look really beautiful. Stay tuned.
Everything I got is done in palm. Chew my tobacco, spit my juice. Wood raised king, but it ain't been used. Oh, lot of me didn't I shade?
Painting the inside of a sailboat sounds simple enough, except for the thousands of curved corners in places you didn't even know existed. But with every brushstroke, the cabin transformed from dark and dated to fresh and bright. And suddenly, Juniper didn't just look cleaner, she felt alive and re-energized. It's another weekend back on Juniper, and as you can see, all of the blue tape is off of the trim work, but close up you can also see that we do need to do some touch-ups, because when we pulled the tape off, it pulled off some of the thicker parts right along the wood area, but that's fine. We expected to do some touch-ups, so that is what we're here today, is doing touch-ups. But along this area it cleaned up really nice, so we are overall really happy with how this turned out. So more to come. And if you go up to the berth cabin, honestly, the color combination couldn't have turned out better. So sneak peek of more to come, and she's coming along really nice. The painting continues, but I actually did some trim work today. We had to take all the trim that you can see behind me off, because we realized that a lot of the blue tape we had to install for putting up the blue trim actually got stuck behind some of our teak. So I took all the trim off, we cleaned it up, got all of the finishing touches on the trim done, and how beautiful does she look? So yeah, trim work is done, but now it's time to do all of the aft painting. We had to replace our original Yanmar diesel engine with a 20 horsepower diesel engine. So we were avoiding painting and refreshing the aft part of the boat and the quarter berth and essentially our kitchen area, because it just was full of grease and we had our mechanic working. So that is what I'm going to be working on today. So I will show you what it currently looks like now in its very cluttered, greasy, disgusting state. And so what I'm going to be doing today is taping it up, cleaning it with our trusty alcohol wipes. This work really good. We can only get these at like Walgreens because Lowe's does not have it, but it's really good at taking off any type of grease, which we have a lot of that in spades right now because of all of the engine and diesel work that's been going on. So if you need to clean a surface before you put on any type of primer, blue tape, anything like that, highly recommend picking these up at a Walgreens or Rite Aid or something like that. So let me show you what we are dealing with today. As you can see, this is the aft part of the boat. Here is where all of the fresh paint ends and our 80s beige begins. Clear, distinct line. This is where all of the engine work and all of our 80s beige continues. So what I'm going to be doing today is doing all of the blue tape around, of course, all of our little cupboards there, doing all of the alcohol wipes in this area to clean up all of, you can see the lovely grease marks that have accumulated due to our new engine being restalled. So there's our beautiful engine in here. We'll not be painting, of course, any of that, but all of this needs to be cleaned up, blue taped and primed, including a lot of this in here. So guess what? A lot of this needs to be moved. So then I'm going to take my trusty primer. Got a new bottle of this beautiful stuff, Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Cover Premium Latex Primer. Like I said in my previous videos, this works amazingly. It goes on so thick and it just adheres so well to this really kind of shiny texture of covering up this 80s beige. And then from there on, we've been using Valspar Porch Paint, which really works well. We do typically 3 coats over the Rust-Oleum, and instead of paying a grip of cash for marine grade boat paint, this combination works so well. As you can see behind me, we have taped up all of the quarter berth, and now it is time to go through and degrease her. So come to the quarter berth with me. This is an awkward thing to do, but this is how we get back here. And here's a better, well, if I get my, so here's how we do it. And I'm really not sure how to set the camera up to have you come with me, but this is what I've been doing. I've been taking these isopropyl wipes, and every surface that we're painting here needs to be wiped down with one of these babies. So here we go. Here is the cleaned, decluttered, taped up, and isopropyl alcohol wiped quarter berth. This is what clean alcohol wiped 80s gray beige looks like. Still dirty. Here is our primer ready to go. And yeah, this is it all ready to go and wiped down to the best of my ability, vacuumed, taped off on the floor. And you can see our clear line of where we left off, because here's the beauty that has been installed, our Yanmar engine. So yeah, this is just years of dirt and grime that is going to be primed here in the next 30 or more minutes. All of this like taping took the last, I would say, 3 hours. Taping, wiping all the surfaces down, decluttering, and then of course people at the club, the yacht club, always come and chat you up. So yeah, and I'm here working by myself today. So yeah, just making sure that I had to tape everything off is half the battle, because as you can see, upside down, all the way back there, not to mention underneath, I've been upside down, backwards, a lot today, even under here. So I've gotten really good at taping non-flat surfaces, you know, corners, circles, as you can see. So goodbye 80s beige. These will soon be matched up. Of course, once we get even just the primer on here, honestly, it's gonna look so much better. So goodbye the remainder of 80s beige. We won't miss you. Soon this is all gonna be so fresh and clean. I'm so excited. It's official. No more 80s beige. We are completely primed. And while this is not the final color, the 80s beige is gone, and we are ready to put our white on. So you can see everything in here has been primed. There's our engine. Hello, new engine. It looks so good. All the little crevices, including all the hard to get spots. All the hard to get spots are primed and ready to go, including these, so hard to get. Avoided doing anything here priming wise, because our cushions, our settee cushions, same with these ones, they're gonna sit here, and so it's gonna all just be covered all of the time with cushions. So it's gonna be covered, and we just, you know, painted what you're gonna see, which is the backing. Cushions will always be here for the most part, so why would you ever paint on top of that? And honestly, this is years, and these have to be functional, like accessible anyway. So we only painted and freshened up what you actually see. And once the boat is put together, the remaining beige, all of that is going to be covered. But she looks so fresh and so clean, and I can't wait to take all this blue tape off. I guess the only true 80s beige that still lives is here. But again, that is going to be blue very soon. Stay tuned. And as you can see, coming into the inside, things look a little bit different than when she was all torn up and we were painting. We're looking really cozy. But yeah, all the paint is off. We've enjoyed her all weekend. But yeah, this is what Juniper looks like when she's freshly put together. And I think the painting, everything just turned out so well. She is dang cozy to be on all weekend. It was just such a blast coming out and cozy having our friends here. We had cocktails. This is the area we sleep. Of course, it's got all of our blankets and our bags, but it's really nice back here. Just felt wonderful to be able to use our sailboat, cook on her, be off on anchor, and yeah, just enjoy. Final look at our anchorage before we sail home for the weekend.
Hey.
Right, Dane? Fun weekend.
Oh, great weekend. Just cleaning up some lines, getting ourselves ready to sail in case we actually see some wind out there.
We'll see. But in the meantime, lovely weekend in Liberty Bay. Great to be using the boat again and not just working, but as I said, there's always more boat projects.
Always more.
Always more. Stay tuned until our next video. And there you have it. One messy, paint-splattered step closer to turning Juniper into the classy, floating fixer-upper we dreamed about from day one. Thanks for coming aboard and sharing this part of the journey with us. If you enjoyed this peek into our project, give it a like, subscribe, and follow along for future episodes, because there's plenty more sanding, projects, and salty adventures ahead.